Married Kenyans will continue feeling the pinch of taxation after the High Court granted stay-on orders to quash the affordable housing levy until January 10th, 2024. Now, three-judge bench had earlier termed the housing levy unconstitutional and vague before granting the stay orders a few hours later. And the stay orders follow a request by the government for 45 days to comply with the court ruling. KTN's senior political reporter Daniel Kariuki opens our coverage with the landmark ruling in the case against the Finance Act 2023.
After more than 4 months of house levy deductions on salaried employees by Kenya Revenue Authority, the High Court put a hold on any further deductions, terming the housing levy illegal.
Section 76 to 78 of the Finance Act, amending Section 7 of the Roads Board Act, 87, amending Section 28 of the Unclaimed Assets Act, Section 88 and 89, repealing Section 29 of the Statutory Instruments Act, are unconstitutional, null and void. That Section 84 of the Finance Act violates Article 10, 2BC, 27 and 201 of the Constitution and is therefore null and void. That an order is granted prohibiting the respondent from collecting, charging or otherwise the charge known as the Affordable Housing Act on the basis of the Section 84, and all prayers on the consolidated petition not specifically granted are dismissed, and this being a matter of public interest litigation, each party shall bear its own costs.
Employers have been remitting their 1.5% contribution alongside a similar rate for their employees. It was a short reprieve as the government requested the judges to grant a stay order for 45 days as the government mulls the way forward. The request was granted, pushing the implementation of the ruling to 10th January 2024.
In those 45 days, I urge you to suspend the oppression of those particular findings in the judgment and any decree that may flow therefrom, pending the filing of a formal application under Rule 32.2 of the Mutunga Rules, as they are popularly known, and eventually under Rule 5.2b of the Court of Appeal Rules.
We are inclined to grant a stay for a limited period, and we order as follows. An order of stay be and is hereby issued, staying the effect of this judgment issued today, 28th November 2023, pending the filing of a formal application for conservatory stay and conservatory orders in the Court of Appeal, and these orders of stay shall remain in force until 10th of January 2024.
The judges had ruled that the introduction of the levy was discriminatory since it imposed taxes on salaried Kenyans alone and excluded those working in the informal sector.
Third and fourth respondents.
The judges also found some of the sections in the Finance Act 2023 constitutional. Among these is Section 33 of the VAT Act, which introduced VAT on insurance compensation, as it does not violate Article 40. At the same time, the Director General of the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority, IPRA, Daniel Kipto, has been found not guilty of contempt over the increment of fuel prices against a court order that temporarily suspended the Finance Act 2023. In its judgment on Tuesday, High Court Judge Christine Mioli said there was no evidence of Kipto's failure to obey the suspension of the 16% VAT rate on fuel.
This provision did not see the light of day and was not enacted into the Finance Act and is therefore a non-issue.
The National Assembly passed the Finance Act 2023 on 22nd June, and it was later sent by President William Ruto 3 days later. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News, Nairobi.
After the High Court declared the housing levy unconstitutional, President William Ruto has said that his administration will read just the housing levy in line with the Constitution. Now, speaking in Nairobi, President Ruto said the government cannot afford the scrapping off the levy because that would mean rendering hundreds of thousands of people employed under the housing program jobless. And the opposition, on the other hand, welcomed the High Court's decision.
Court have said we should go and readjust the law to make it aligned appropriately. That we are going to do so that the 120,000 people can become 200,000 and can become 500,000 in the next 5 years. Because if we don't engage these people in productive work, they will become a very big challenge to all of us.
Ni ushindi mkubwa wa azimio la umoja wa Kenya. Na ile wengine wasema unless wateremshe fuel tax kutoka 16% mpaka 8%, sisi tumeweka wazi hatukubaliani na hao.
Unajua hii housing levy, hata sisi kama county governments, ukiwa na staff umeambiwa lazima uweke pesa pale kando ya housing levy na haukuwa nayo ndani ya budget. Sasa sisi wote tumeshukuru koti kwa sababu wamesema housing levy iwekwe wapi?
Nataka kuuliza Mheshimiwa Ruto, ile pesa ilikuwa imekatwa wa Kenya, payslip ya mwezi huu irudishwe kwa payslip ili Wakenya waone watakula Christmas live.
Fellow Umoja coalition leader Raila Odinga has criticized the proposal by the government to privatize 11 parastatals. And the opposition leader, who was speaking during Kisii Governor Simba Arati's Thanksgiving ceremony, says